Welcome back to the evening show. Now, before the break, I mentioned the words smoking, stress, lack of sleep, and lots of other things, really. And if you're having trouble with any of them, then maybe hypnosis is something that you should try. I'm joined by Niamh Flynn, who's here to tell us all about it and how we could tackle some of those problems. Niamh, it is an area that I don't know if people are very aware of the fact that you can help, I don't know if cure is the right word, but maybe help to get rid of stress or smoking or, you know, lack of sleep or things like that. What's the whole idea behind hypnosis? How does it work if people were coming to you?
Well, it's working on a subconscious level, Rachel. So if you're working on a conscious level, there's almost a fight going on between I should do this, but I don't want to.
There's plenty of things that I say about I should, but I'm not going to.
And if you can access, that's on a conscious level. So if you can access it on a subconscious level where it's our instinct, then it makes it much easier. So you're reprogramming the mind at a deeper level.
Sure. I guess the brain is just a very powerful tool in a way. As you said, your mind can be saying to you, you know, you're going to do this, or you're going to pick up that cigarette, or we're not going to go to sleep now because we're stressed and we're thinking about things. So as you said, I suppose it's about getting underneath that.
And hypnosis is basically just a tool to get into that part of the mind. Okay. So you're reprogramming it in a way that you want it to be, whether it's to be more relaxed in any situation or to quit smoking. And you need to break up the associations if it is smoking, because we often link, somebody who smokes might link smoking with a cup of coffee or first thing in the morning or when they're driving. And if you can break up those links, then the associations are broken, so they can go for their drive and have a glass of water instead of a bottle of water or something else.
I suppose when I think of hypnosis, I think, you know, you go into a room with somebody and they put you into a trance and, you know, or send you to sleep or something. Is that how it works? Is that a very, you know, not the right perception of what it is?
I think there's a lot of misconceptions about it, and that is probably a common perception. But you're very much aware of what's going on. Okay. So it's the same, it's actually quite similar to stage work, but in stage they would pick people out deliberately before you go on stage. And in an office setting, the person knows they can hear what you're saying. You're very much, you could open your eyes at any time and walk out of the room, so you're totally in control, and you can only give suggestions that somebody wants as well. Okay.
And is it a lot about talk? I mean, would you, when a client comes into you, do you talk them through their problem? Let's for example say smoking. Yeah. If someone comes to you and says, I am smoking 10 cigarettes a day, 20 cigarettes a day, I suppose they have to come to you first and foremost with the actual desire to want to stop smoking.
And that's so critical. You should really, as a hypnotherapist, I suppose you need to talk to somebody on the phone first and find out, are they really serious about it? Sure. Because again, you can only give somebody a suggestion that they want. Now if they want to quit and they're determined to, hypnosis will make it easier. It doesn't do it for you, but it certainly makes it a lot easier. And some people have absolutely no cravings afterwards, and they say
really?
It's like
and what do you do? What's the secret?
I don't think there's any particular secret. It's very straightforward and very simple. It's about, I suppose, there needs to be trust. That's paramount. There needs to be willingness of the person to quit smoking or whatever they want to do. And once you have the basic skills for hypnosis, it's about language and the use of language, I suppose, really.
Okay. And then, and obviously, you know, a range of customers or clients or people would come to you with different things. So something like, I can't sleep at night. Does that really stem from there's something else going on, they're anxious about something, or can people just literally have a problem with sleeping at night, and how can hypnosis help with that?
Well, hypnosis is often a last resort, so if somebody's gone down other avenues first and they've ruled out the possibility of anything medical or any clinical problems then, and it is a psychological problem or has been identified as a psychological problem, then generally it can be anxiety that's causing a disruption in sleep. Okay. Once you've ruled out everything else. And can hypnosis help with that? Certainly.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, what other areas would you deal with? Would you have people coming to you from a business perspective if they're having trouble, or athletes to do with sports injuries? I mean, what is the areas that you would specialise in?
Well, my business is quite focused on sports psychology as well, and the hypnosis is part of it. So the athletes often come in after, post-injury, if they have a fear about going back onto the pitch, for example, if it's soccer player, rugby player, and they're afraid of getting the same injury again. And even within an hour, you can see a difference, and they go back onto the pitch. for a weekend match with a different perspective. And so you would use hypnosis as part of it, but not necessarily as the answer.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is, you know, it's a tool to help you,
exactly,
you know, deal with, be it smoking or sleeping or stress or something like that. Now, you've got a couple of courses that are happening over the course of the summer and on into the winter. When are they, if anyone has trouble, and what exactly will you be doing?
Well, I run hypnosis training courses. So after, it's a 9-day course, and there's a course on in June in Galway, and then in Dublin in October.
Okay.
And afterwards, people are qualified as a hypnotherapist. And there's 12,000 people around the world with the same qualification. So it's a pretty big organisation, and I teach the course for these guys. They're a National Guild of Hypnotists.
Sure.
So people, once they're finished the course, can either use it to set up their own practice in hypnosis, or we get quite a few people who attend simply out of interest because they're quite intrigued by hypnosis.
Okay.
They learn a lot about it, and it often helps with.
And I mean, how long are these courses? Is it simply, you know, you go along to 2 or 3 days and you can physically sit down with someone then, and because that to me is baffling, you know, after that short period of time that you can say, I can help you, you know, stop smoking.
I think it depends on your background, Rachel. So you're correct in saying, you know, it seems like a very short time,
sure,
and it is. But you can actually, I think if you teach something in a specific way, people can pick it up very easily. And it's not rocket science. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions about it, but in actual fact, you can make it very simple for people to learn.
Okay, super.
And I think everybody brings their own to it. So I've had engineers, web designers, management of big companies.
Lots of different people.
Different people.
Absolutely, that's super. Tell me about the websites, because you do have information on them. There's 1 or 2 of them in particular.
Bodywatch.ie.
And you can see there what, you know, the process would be, or what problems you could approach with. Well, listen, thank you very much for joining us. I might come to you with a few of my own problems afterwards. But that, unfortunately, is all we have time for on the show this evening. We've got those websites coming up on screen, so if you do want to log on to them and have a look, then do so.